David Driskell is well known for his groundbreaking exhibition that he did he curated in 1976, 2 centuries of Black art, 1750 to 1950. And the reason that this is so important is because at that time, and it's continued to some degree today, the contribution of African-American artists to the field was not well studied, well documented, and well exhibited. By showing the contribution of African-American artists at that time, he helped to create the field of African-American art and the way we study it today. Specifically for University of Maryland, I think it's important to mention that he came as a professor of art to the university in 1977. And at the time, he hired several very well-known artists, at least they became very well-known, such as Sam Gilliam, who is from Washington, D.C., Keith Morrison, who is now in Pennsylvania, though he used to work at Maryland, as I mentioned, Martin Poirier, and others. And because he brought very well-known and promising African-American artists to the university, he also attracted students. And he has several students who had their PhD received from the University of Maryland specifically in the field of African-American art, who became very prominent in the field of African-American art. Maybe I should talk a little bit about what David Driskell does as an artist. So David Driskell is, I think, is a storyteller. So in his art, he's telling you a story about specific topic, and some of his subject matters are religious, landscape, especially pine trees, Africa, and women. He's a painter and he's a colorist, meaning his paintings are extremely colorful, but more and more he moved in the last, I would say, 15, 20 years to do prints. So he works with printmaker. One of them happened to be Professor Curly Holton, who is our director and he's a master printmaker, and they created quite a lot of prints. So David, over the years, created a lot of work that some of them exhibited. As I said, one of the major exhibition was of survey of his printmaking. Now there is work of the retrospective, and it's kind of sad because it was designed before David Driskell passed away, an retrospective exhibition of his work that would start at the museum, at the High Museum of Art in Atlanta, will continue to the Portland Museum in Maine, and then at the Phillips Collection. So that will be really an amazing experience. He also has a very major piece of art in the African American Museum of History and Culture, which was influenced by the killing of the Emmett Till, and is showing a figure on a cross. So again, he was responding to something that happened in his lifetime, but yet going back to religion.